Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Dan.
This is the Board Game Rundown. Today we're going to talk about Protospiel that we had in South Bend. We're going to talk about a new arcade that is opening up locally. We're going to talk a little bit about some news because we've got some funny stuff. And then a couple of Kickstarters and our own topic, which we decided on and we'll argue about sort of towards the end of the show.
And luckily we had like 3 weeks to prepare the topic.
100 weeks
Yeah.
or today, which is my fault because it was a crazy busy weekend.
It was on the ride over.
Yeah. Hey guys, texting and driving with my knees. No. So this weekend was super busy because in South Bend we hosted our very first Protospiel convention. For 3 days we had about 50 attendees, which is really good. We were hoping like if we get 10, like it'll be great. We had designers from Indy, Grand Rapids, the Chicago area, a little bit of all over, Plymouth, Goshen, like some a little bit closer, and some people drove a couple hours. Mm-hmm. I am so excited these guys brought this game that they are designing based on the old Shadowgate IP. So I'm an old Nintendo kid because I'm old, and I had a Nintendo. And I played this game called Shadowgate, and I died 1.5 million times. I even had a Nintendo Power to like help me get through some of the levels. And there were other versions also, like that came out like on Game Boy Advance and Super Nintendo and stuff. And I didn't get as much into those, but I love the old Shadowgate. These guys paired up with the creator of Shadowgate, got the IP and the artwork. And so when they go to Kickstarter, they're even going to have as a Kickstarter exclusive 8-bit versions of the cards and stuff, so it looks like straight out of the original game. And I got to hold it and look at it. It is like very close to hitting Kickstarter.
That is impressive.
These guys were on the money. It looks so cool. I will definitely be talking about it when they get close to Kickstarter because I've been harassing them. I bugged them the whole time. They finally gave me an art book. They gave me an Art of Shadowgate book, like professionally produced. I clutched it and like ran away cackling as fast as I could. There was another really good game I played. It was sort of a deck builder called Heroes in the Shadows. And so this game, you can either attack your opponent, or you can play up to 4 players. I played 2-player, and I think it really would be best no more than 3 personally, but with 2 players it was pretty good. You can either attack your opponent or you can like attack like this boss monster. But if you don't attack the boss monster, he attacks you. Sure. So but you can do multiple attacks, right? So I can attack you and I can attack the monster also. But it's really interesting because at the beginning of your turn, you're going to draw you've got your whole deck to choose from. Depending on the level of the monster, tells you how many cards you get to play that round. And the cards are numbered like 1 to 6. So if I'm the first player, you can play all your number 1 cards that you picked. Okay. Like in that initiative order, right? Mm-hmm. So and then you got your 2 cards, your 3 cards, your 4 cards. But sometimes you've only got like 1s and 2s, or sometimes you might have like 2s and 5s. I mean, just whatever combination you're trying to do. It was really neat. I hadn't played anything kind of like that. It was unique, and I like deck builders. And so like one of the things you do before the game is you draw like 12 cards. You pick 6 to keep, and the other 6 you give to your opponent, and they're doing the same thing. And then those are the cards you were able to buy.
But it was a sort of slow deck builder.
Oh, you played it.
I
That's
did.
right.
Oh, okay.
You did play it. I forgot.
It didn't develop the deck as much as other deck builders. It was
No.
because each card has more importance than in a normal deck builder where you have such a small chance of drawing it. Here you get to choose that card.
Yes.
So
and then there are prerequisites, but you can buy items to like increase your traits.
Okay.
So if you have like better magic or better combat, like you might buy a better card that you need to have at least a 4 in combat. Yep. And I really liked it. I beefed up on it. Caleb ended up playing like all Saturday. He played it like 4 more times.
Well, there was.
I won, by the way. Maybe that's why I liked it.
Yeah.
There were a few kinks that they had to get through, but I think they'll do it.
Yeah,
they'll get it.
Yeah, seems like a really good designer, really good artwork.
I was impressed with the artwork.
The artwork was really good. It's very close. Also, another game. I was impressed with how many games that were like so close to being finished.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had a lot of. There were games that were on index cards, and guys were playing, with like sorry pieces.
Yeah.
And stuff.
That'd be where I am.
but we had several like pre-production copies, like people with pre-production copies, very well made versions of their games and their prototypes. Another one that we played, it's the same guys who did the Shadowgate game. They made this game called Trick or Treat that they are going to launch on Kickstarter around October. It is a modular board. You get a meeple with that looks like a character like wearing a costume, right? So like a zombie or a ghost or a superhero, whatever. And you you decide which side of the street you're going to line up on. You flip the tile over, and there's a varying amount of houses on each side of the street. When you go to that house, you get a door card, and you flip it, and it'll say like draw 3 pieces. Everybody gets 3 pieces of candy. So then you blind draw out of a bag your candy. So they're hidden victory points. Then most of them are like 1 to 5, like candy corns are 1, and king size
deserve it.
King size candy bars are 5 points. There is 1 Wonka's golden ticket in the bag, which is worth 10 points. There's apples and toothpaste, which are 0 points. Because those are
toothpaste.
Those are a bummer.
Yeah.
Those are a bummer. I thought toothbrushes. I've gotten toothbrushes, but never toothpaste.
Man, I never went to your guys' neighborhoods.
The worst one I ever got was nicotine gum.
Whoa! Here, kid.
Yeah, get over it, kid.
Yeah, I'm not using it. Are they smoking out of their trach as well? Like I got 2 at the same time.
Wow.
It got dark real quick. Anyways, this game was not dark at all, but there was enough variation. You had like trick cards that you could play to like counter stuff. There's the possibility of like bullies showing up and stealing everybody's candy.
That sounds fun.
No, it was really good. Super family friendly, but enough there that like adults could kind of have a good time with it. Another game, probably like one of the most fun games I played the whole time I was there. It's some local guys, and they're going to be on the show, and they haven't named it yet, but it is a barn yard kind of theme game, and everybody's going simultaneously. You've got basically a card which tells you it might have like 3 cows, 3 pigs, and like 5 sheep, right? So what you're doing is you've got a die with all those symbols on it, a 6-sided die, and 1 symbol is a thief, so you can steal somebody else's, and everybody's rolling simultaneously to try to fill up their pen, and then they sell their stuff, and you get a coin. First 1 to 3 coins wins. It takes like 2 minutes to play.
Okay.
But like you're stealing from other people, you're grabbing stuff. It's hilarious. It's a mad dash.
It's hilarious.
It is. I'm really excited about it because it was really funny because one guy's like, "What's the thief do?" And I had just rolled a thief, and I'm like, "Oh, it's when you steal from somebody." And I just started taking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I did not know the guy. And
what a way to teach the game.
I know. I was going home, and I said to my wife, I was like, "Oh, I hope that guy didn't think I was a jerk." And she goes, "Think or no?"
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, before you ever did that.
Oh yeah, totally. Probably like, ugh, this guy, I'm stuck here. But anyways, Protospiel was really awesome. Our group is planning on hosting another one next year.
Yeah.
It is going to be amazing.
I hope I get to come again. Maybe more than one night.
Exactly. Right. I was only able to make it there Sunday, which is the day that most people weren't able to make it.
Sure.
Right? So like it was, I was there with like, it was kind of cool though because it was like 10 designers or something maybe.
Oh,
so we literally just kept rotating and kind of playing games together.
So you got to play a bunch of stuff. Did you play anything that like knocked your socks off?
There's one thing that I really want to mention, just because. So we did something in a video not too long ago where we talked about like experiences, our favorite experiences and stuff. And this was probably one of my this is probably gonna make the list from now on, just because I sat with a guy. I think his name was Ryan Wilson. Pull out my book really quick.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Lick the finger as you turn the pages.
I don't know how far back it is.
I thought I was prepared.
It is.
Yeah, he brought a novel.
It is. Ryan Wilson. Yep.
So you had it. You just looked that up for nothing.
Yeah. I got it right there.
That's good.
A working title in the game, I believe. But the point is, the game started. It's a very small little. I don't know if you guys played this. He was there all 3 days.
Met him, but I didn't play it.
Okay. He had a little game with poker chips where you laid them out in front of you, and they had like designs drawn on them, like rockets and lasers and shield generators. And literally the whole game, it was so simple because it was just you're rolling like it was at the beginning. It's hard for me to remember because this is why it was such a great experience, because we changed the game so many times sitting there.
All right.
But it started as like you roll like 2d8s or 3d8s, and then you activate the parts of your ship. So okay, I'm going to activate this laser, which the laser does 2 damage. He gets to pick where the damage is done. So if he has a shielded piece, he flips it over. It's not shielded anymore.
Okay.
And the piece gets a second damage, it blows up. Or there's like if you roll the laser number and the targeting computer number, you get to pick what you're shooting and stuff.
Oh,
and so
okay.
it's that kind of stuff. But that's the whole game. It was like this little less than 10-minute little thing. And then there were like 4 of us sitting there, and it's like, we all had such fun. It was like, man, what if we like tried this? And it was like, yeah. And because they always tell you at these protospiel things, like this was my first experience, but they always tell you like, you know, you don't want to tell the developers what to do with their games. Right, you don't want to be like, oh, that was fun, but you should try this,
right?
Because it's like it's their game, you know. It's like tell them how it made you feel, and
if they want to know, if they want you
exactly,
to design
ask,
their game for them, they'll ask.
But the guy was so open, and we sat there for like an hour and a half playing this little 10-minute game, and we changed it so many times. And by the end of the game, it was almost like a Stratego kind of thing, where you like your ship had layers and shields in front of it, and you had to break through the shields and the pieces to get to the other ship's engine, and like, I loved it.
That's amazing.
And I also, part of that experience, I guess, was then one of the other guys there, who was also kind of designing, said he's done some publishing or designing or something before, and like I was sitting there at the table as the guy was like, I want to help you work on this game. Like I have people that can do art, and I was like sitting there like, this is happening.
You're watching it.
Yeah, so that was like my huge takeaway. Every game I played, I had a really good time.
That's
genuinely. But
that's
like
great.
that was my big takeaway of like, wow, I just sat and like helped this guy design this thing as just a dude having fun.
Now,
you know?
did he get your name so you can be listed as a playtester?
I mean, we traded names, sure, but I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know how far along that game is and everything. And,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got my business card, just like a crappy note that
Well,
says Dan
like,
on it.
Like that barnyard game, right? We sat and we discussed a couple of rules, and the guys, you know, were like, "Oh yeah, that's interesting," and making notes. And then we're like, I kind of just opened my big gap, and I was because we had sort of an alternative way you could kind of play.
Sure.
And I was like, and the guys were trying to say, well, you could do this and this, and we, I mean, about the alternative way. Mm-hmm. And the concern was then like trying to figure out the balancing and like, do you want to commit to all of that? And I was like, or you could just make it as a variant.
Exactly.
Just do like a paragraph of, this is a variant you could try, because that game is so simple that it is easy to house rule and kind of adjust for yourself. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh yeah, you know, like a variant's a good idea, you know, but there was a guy there at the table that was like, if you put this on Game Crafter, I will buy it.
Oh yeah, no, there were multiple people saying
so
that kind of stuff.
It was
so cool.
It was really exciting. It was a great experience.
I just thought it was so funny that we started with 8 poker chips and 2 D8s or 3 D8s, and at the end of the time it was 12 chip parts drawn again. You had to redraw everything on like little notepads, and then there were shield tokens out on the map, and we were using 4 D6s, and it was like the whole thing was
whole thing completely changed.
But everyone was loving it. It was cool.
That is great.
Yeah.
So the next one's going to be when?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We have to pick a date, because the hard part for us, because we organized it, the hard part for us was finding a date where there wasn't already a protospiel.
Exactly, and
going
enough
on.
space.
And enough space in between.
For travel and...
So, like, we weren't... I think there's one in Knoxville, Tennessee next weekend. So we were not as worried about interfering with the Knoxville one as we might be with, like, a Grand Rapids or a Chicago one, right? Mm-hmm. We don't want to pull anybody away from anybody in our area that would drive, you know, far enough, a few hours. So it takes a little finagling, right? A little bit of timing, but it'll be next year for sure. Since we are going to be planning it earlier, it will be easier to lock in our date because there will be less.
Sure.
Booked.
We also have got quite a bit of experience of maybe how to help host these things, you know, and stuff. We've learned.
Yeah, we learned a lot. We've learned a lot. Everything went really smoothly.
Oh, yeah.
We had a really great group of designers, some fantastic people, some really awesome playtesters. I had a friend from Indianapolis come up, and he just playtested.
Yeah.
Like he didn't design games. He's like, it looks interesting. I'm going to come up and check it out for a day.
Yeah, because I was there on Sunday, and there was like so many developers there, I guess I would say, like they all kept getting confused because I didn't bring anything.
Oh.
You know, they were just like, what'd you bring? And I was like, oh, I'm just here to like, I'm kind of hosting, but then also just playing. And they were like, oh, you're like the only person here who's like just having fun playing. And like, you know, I mean, obviously everyone's having fun playing, but it was like, they just weren't expecting like the one person in the room to be like, I have no responsibility.
Right.
You know, like,
I'm just
put
here
your
to
game in front of me.
Make sure nobody leaves with a cash drawer.
Yeah.
We got a year to develop one.
Oh, I was supposed to stop him?
Oh, no.
Okay.
As long as I end up with a copy of the game.
Yeah.
I got accused of taking monetary gains, abusing my position when they gave me the Shadowgate book.
Oh,
Mostly
yeah.
Todd was just giving me a hard time.
He does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care. I want this book. And you can't have it. You can't have it. It's beautiful, and I want it.
Yeah.
So, Protospiel was amazing. Please stay tuned.
2 thumbs up.
Follow us on the Meeple Game Society on Facebook. It's on the shirt. We are coordinating events locally. We have a meetup once a month on the south side of South Bend. Next month, we are going to have a 3-day event in the same location. We always have it, which you will find on Meeple on the Facebook page. And we're going to have raffle for gift cards and games and some prizes and things like that. And it is 100% free to attend. So you should check us out. That way, if you're ever in town or you feel like driving, come and see us. We are pretty fun. I mean, everybody but me, right?
Yeah, I would say pretty is the right word to use. We're not too fun.
Oh, I thought you said I was pretty.
Oh, God.
It's exciting. It's like, sweet. That's the nicest thing he's ever said to me in my life.
Yeah. Also didn't mean it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Moving on, now that we're out of Protospiel, I just want to shout out like a local business that is opening up this week, but they will be in existence after this week. It's just the grand opening is Friday. It is the Waypoint V Arcade on Friday the 28th. They are having a big grand opening. There will be a couple different news stations there, some radio stations there. It's located on 620 West Edison Road in Mishawaka. The people there that run that store, I don't know if you want to call it a store, the arcade, I've met the owners. I'm sort of friends with one of them, mostly vicariously, like through other friends, but I've met the guy, I've gotten to know him, and they are super awesome people, very friendly, very accommodating. I got to go in and play some of the games early. They are amazing. It is free roam virtual reality. Like you're in a huge room running around shooting zombies or aliens.
It's a holodeck.
Oh, it is a holodeck. It is amazing. And they even have the room with the treadmills.
Oh my God, it is a holodeck.
And you're running. Then like that one, you're like really running around and shooting stuff. It's
I want to come
so
so
cool.
bad.
And
They've
isn't
got
it the largest VR.
It is
in
going
the country?
in the country. It is going to be the largest VR facility in the country, and they have like side areas where you can play like Beat Saber, like other Oculus games. But you're in a large room. You got like a lot of space. You're not just in your living room, worried about whacking your cat, or a toddler as you're swinging around.
Like my biggest excitement for it, honestly, is just that I have not purposely, but like I have yet to do any VR.
I hadn't until I went to this place.
Exactly.
And
So this is going to be my first experience with VR. Is top notch. Like it's insane.
it really is too.
Yeah.
No, I saw some VR many years ago when I was traveling abroad, and I mean it was cool, but basically you were on a roller coaster looking out over like a volcano, but it was definitely lower quality graphics, and it wasn't really interactive. I mean, you could look down and around, but chance to play a game with high quality graphics in a VR system,
and like
sounds
holding
phenomenal.
things,
and
stuff.
That just blows my mind. I really want to do that.
I'm telling
It's
you.
the future, man.
It's so good. It's so good. And you look around and you see your friends and we're all like shooting zombies off each other, and it's really good.
Oh,
it's really
or
good.
Just shooting each other.
Or just shooting each other.
Like it's fun.
I didn't get to play. They've got like a versus mode.
Like a team deathmatch.
Yes.
Nice.
And I didn't get to play that one, but some of the survival ones where you've got like a half an hour of like running, and that's the other thing, right? Is it's not like this is like a 5-minute thing.
Yeah.
Like you get in and you're playing that game for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like a workout.
oh, it is a workout.
I know,
but it's
that's why I want to go to.
I had one
membership,
friend.
that'll be our gym.
I had one friend that was so tired by the end of it. He's like just hip firing because he didn't even. And I'm like hiding behind a barricade and I'm holding the gun up, shoot like this. And I'm sure we all look like idiots, right?
Man,
I don't care.
they've got to have like a camera set up in that room just recording what
Yes.
the raw looks like.
Yeah.
Should have one guy in there who's got a little cell phone up and he's pranking everyone. They have
Oh,
no
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
It's so good. So anyways, if you're local or semi-local and you're at all interested, find them on Facebook. It's the Waypoint V Arcade. Super nice people, and it's an awesome experience.
Like the letter V, the letter R, and then Cade. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. So that's what I got. Now you guys got some Kickstarter stuff we're going to talk about. Oh wait, no. We're going to do
We got
news
one more
first.
thing.
Yeah.
News first.
So one little thing. Go on.
we made a review of the game Villainous that is not out yet, but we filmed it like 2 months ago.
Something like that.
At least, or a month and a half, right?
Whatever.
I will not spoil my review of the game, but we joked about Disney reaching out and eventually, because they own everything, a certain IP was going to pop up.
Yep. No, we talk in the video for quite a while. It's a review of something else, but there's a nice little bit where we talk about, like, obviously, eventually, we're going to get Marvel Villainous.
Villainous.
They own that IP. Why would they not do that? And we've talked about it for a while, off and on, of like, what would they do, blah, blah, blah. And then I literally just saw a couple days ago the announcement. I don't know how old the announcement is now, but I saw a couple days ago, I've seen the picture of the box, and they've leaked the 3 of the 5
I think so.
that you're going to be able to be, and I'm so excited.
So, Marvel Villainous is coming out. I'm going to have to try it.
Yep. Because you love Villainous.
Don't spoil.
Oh, sorry.
Don't spoil the review. It's not up yet.
Sorry.
Don't spoil it. And another Marvel IP that is coming out, they're doing, unless I got pranked, but I saw it today. Well, not like physically saw it, but I saw it online. So it had to be true. Is Marvel Splendor.
Yeah.
And it's Thanos, and it looks like you're getting the Infinity Gems. I didn't get like super.
That's so weird to me though, because you have I have 5 of the red Infinity Gems.
Yeah.
Isn't that how Splendor works?
I am all powerful.
I only played Splendor once because I didn't like it very much.
There have to be some rules changes.
But I just don't understand the theming idea there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't get all 5, but I did get 3 red and 2 blue. So are we gonna be able to work with that?
We had a good time. And I was angry. I don't forget the red one is. But yeah, it's Marvel everything.
Reality.
So I had a real good time.
Yep.
Reality good time. That's no good joke there.
No, it was horrible.
We'll edit that one out.
Yeah,
You know what's not horrible though? Kickstarter.
Kickstarter is kind of horrible.
Well, that didn't work at all.
No, it's horrible for my bank account.
Exactly.
Okay.
Especially right now, they're coming out with Marvel United, which looks like it's designed to drain my coffers.
Yeah.
So Marvel United, that's the chibi one?
Yeah.
It's chibi. Yeah.
It's
chibi-esque.
not as exaggerated as I've seen, but it's cartoony.
It is cartoony. It's a big head, big eyes, tiny body. It's a co-op game. So if you don't like co-op games, which I've seen some Marvel games that are co-op, but I've seen most of them where they're not.
Sure.
So it's a fun-looking game. Unfortunately, it comes with a lot of expansions, and all the expansions are Kickstarter exclusive, and they all cost more than the base set.
Yeah.
I talked about it last week. I hate it when they do that. Like, I just want
Yeah, the
click
buy
this.
all button.
I want to click this
Yeah.
button. I just want it all. Tell me how much it costs. You get a deal, right? And that's fine.
You actually, because a lot of times they do that. You literally can't do that with this one, right? They're all
You
add-ons.
have to add them
Right?
all.
That's
add-ons.
crazy.
And I hate it.
And-
Like, I automatically just don't back
Yeah,
most
that's
of the time
crazy.
because of that.
But so this one, it comes with the basic set and with all the stretch goals, I can't even remember how many of the heroes they've got.
Dude.
He is prepared.
I
It took
counted.
It took a whole
I
book.
counted. Hold on.
Is
There
this
are
just the
1,
base?
2. No, just kidding. There were 38 heroes.
38
There were
heroes.
38 heroes. I did not write down how many villains there were because I didn't care that much, but the heroes mattered.
I saw Red Skull. That was about it.
Yeah.
Well, there's the.
It comes with Taskmaster, Red Skull, and someone else. I don't
Yeah.
remember the third one.
Sure, but
But
then there's the Infinity
Then you buy
Gauntlet.
Yes.
It's called
add-on.
the exclusive Infinity Gauntlet expansion for twice the cost. It's like $90.
No. $90. It comes with it. It's the
Yes,
best
$90
deal
yes.
there.
comes with
It's
it.
60, so
Oh,
so
God.
that's probably 30.
So it's
Okay,
30.
so that's all right then.
yeah.
So
But
it's not as bad.
not as bad.
But you can spend more for the expansions.
Oh,
and
that expansion looks like it changes the whole game.
And
Right.
it really does. I gotta be honest. I wasn't interested in this game very much, mostly because of that art style. I like watching the gameplay. I was like, man, that looks fun. You know, like
So if it plays anything like Arcadia Quest, have you ever played Arcadia
No,
Quest?
I've watched it.
Arcadia Quest is really a lot of fun.
Sure. I was just gonna say that with the base game, I was like, man, this isn't really grabbing me. Like, probably because the art style, the gameplay looks cool.
But then they did
that
the
Infinity thing looks
Yeah.
incredible. I was like, man, this makes
I
the game look
know.
so much more fun.
And then they grabbed me by saying, by the way, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I
Yeah.
had to get my Groot on.
It's really awkward when you do get your Groudon, though. I'm gonna just warn everybody.
Oh boy.
I'm a white boy.
And something that actually really interested me about that, I wrote it all down. That game says it plays in 40 minutes.
Yeah,
That was
that's
unexpected. That was I was happy to hear that. It's a lie.
I believe
but
it.
Really?
I
Okay,
do
they're
believe
almost
it.
always
they're
lying.
not counting setup time.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you that.
But it looks somewhat simple compared to other games I like to play. So I
Okay.
could see it being a 40-minute game. Of course, it may not be when you have 4 players.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then they also have the Tales of Asgard. So
Oh yeah.
that's, 3 expansions on this thing?
Right. And there's going to be more. I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah, I'm sure there will be.
It's still going.
And again,
it's going strong.
Still going strong. They're still going to come out with more stretch goals, and they're probably going to hit those stretch goals you have to pay for, which always suck. Because
I know.
have to pay for them.
I know.
You don't have to, guys.
You kind of do.
have to.
You do. It's it. You're in or you're out, man. There's no middle.
Yeah.
You're in or you're out.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm probably not going to get it, but only because I backed Return of Dark Tower.
Oh yeah, that's an investment.
Baby. That one looks
And,
so good.
and its Pledge Manager opened up today.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh, look, all these other things I need to spend all my money on.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
No, he's right. It is a need.
Okay.
You must. It's required.
It is.
It is required. Okay, so moving on from Marvel.
Yes.
Marvel Alliance.
We'll just skip straight from Marvel over to Batman.
Do it.
Because it's another.
Yeah, huge.
I don't want to say money grab because I don't think that that's fair, and money grab is derogatory. But it is going to make so much money.
It is going to
right?
make money, especially since it's part of an existing system called the Adventure System.
Is it it's not Monolith, or is it somebody else?
No. This is IDW.
Okay. Yeah, so they did like
the
Ninja
Adventure
Turtles.
Universal System, and you can mix and match them. You can say, "Hey, I want to do Ninja Turtles and Batman."
Everyone's doing that now.
I
Mix
kind
and
of want to do Ninja Turtles and Batman though.
Yeah, I mean they're basically the same.
I have Ninja Turtles. I have the Ninja Turtles game.
Well, then you need to buy this.
Whoa, no. You need to buy this if you're a fan of the 90s.
It's the
Batman
90s animated series.
It's technically called Batman the Animated Series Adventure Shadows of the Bat.
I think I can
Shadow of
only
the Bat.
play it or get it if like Kevin Conroy himself would like come and run the game. Right?
Mark Hamill just doing one little thing as Joker. I'd be like, you got my money.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks really cool. I managed to dodge the Batman Gotham City Chronicles Kickstarter.
I did too. It was too expensive.
So expensive. It was so expensive.
Yeah, this one wasn't bad.
Not as bad. No.
Yeah.
This is not nearly as bad. It's a different company.
And it has replayability like crazy. You get 8 episodes, basically. Actual episodes from the series that you get to play through. And each episode is a campaign. So it's 20 actual games in the campaign, plus 4 interchangeable battle scenarios. So you can constantly mix and match and change out which villains you want to play with.
And I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I used to get like put off by like, oh, only 20 times, like only 20 things.
I know.
And then it's like, wait a minute. I don't know if I'm lucky. I will play a game 20 times.
Yeah,
if I'm lucky, I play it.
340 board game mark, Tim.
Yeah. No, now it's
Don't
where
you out me out here.
we have
Don't
a game
out me
night.
in front of my friends.
Probably close.
You're not far.
We have a game night, and almost every single game night, it's a new game that none of us
yeah.
played. And I'm like, you know what? At one point, I got to get back to Pandemic Legacy
Oh, yeah?
and actually get through past March.
And some of that's my fault because I'm part of that, and I don't love Pandemic.
Even the Legacy? Okay.
It's fine. I mean, we're so early in that it's still just Pandemic.
Oh, okay.
We're just in March.
Oh, yeah.
It
I
hasn't-
guess if you guys have won twice, that's 2 games, huh?
Yeah.
So-
Yes, we've won twice.
Yeah, so-
Exactly.
And it's not that I like hate Pandemic. It's just like, oh, we could play Lords of Hellas, or oh, we could play Hunt for the Ring, or
Anything
Comparable.
else.
Nemesis, or
Batman the Animated Series Adventure.
Batman the Animated Series Adventure.
Yeah,
so
no,
it
looks cool.
It's tough, but that seriously looks really good.
Oh, the miniatures look fabulous. Like,
And so
look.
easy to paint.
Yes.
The TMNT ones are really good
Are
too.
fantastic. And basically, if you're a fan of the animated series, you got to get this.
You gotta do it.
And you got to do it online, because then you get Alfred as a exclusive, and Batman Duplicate, which is the robot Batman,
Who looks awesome.
who looks awesome.
Now I didn't look. Did you see if it had like a retailer pledge? Find
Look
out.
on all
Check
the
it out.
others.
Check it out and see if it does, because you can do what I
Yeah.
do sometimes is wimp out and then beg your game store to back it.
That's true.
And if
then,
it's actually like a super good game, they might.
And then email Tim at
Yeah. Tim at theboardgamerundown.spencer.
I feel left out.
You threw me under that bus.
I gotcha.
No, you're driving the bus. You're not left out. You're driving the bus over me. So yeah.
So
Hashtag Dan.
I knew the big ones were going to be covered. So I got a couple small ones. I should point out, I'm not big on Kickstarter. I've talked to you guys a little bit about this. I am poor. So I tend to avoid the temptation of
You
even
have
looking.
We're board gamers. We're all
I'm more poor.
We're board game rich and board game poor.
But so I don't really mess with Kickstarter that much. So this is my first time really trying to do research and be like, oh man, what does this mean? Oh, how do I find these answers? Like there was one game where I was like, how many players does it play? I couldn't figure it out. But so I'm gonna start with a small one here. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is a little filler little thing called Trust Me, I'm a Doctor. I love that name.
I love that name as well. It has already piqued my interest.
Are we talking PhD or?
No, we're talking like
Doctor of Journalism.
We're talking like I don't even know what to say, like the Victorian era. Like they'll tell you like so the whole point of the game, right, is it's kind of like Guess What, There's More, or what's that game called? But Wait, There's More.
Okay.
You know, it's like that kind of idea.
Yeah.
So you're selling each other on things, and what it is one person is sick with some horrible disease, and the thing that's a little different about this is the disease has icons on it that have to match the cards you're playing, right? So your cures have to technically make sense, you know, whatever. So they have that, and then it goes around the table, and everyone else plays cards matching those symbols and being like, "Oh, you've got blood in your eyeball, huh? Well, try cocaine." You know, and you're just like, and you're pitching you're like, "Trust me, I'm a doctor." You know?
Right.
And then it's whoever pitches the best cure.
I love those
you know,
kind
that
of
makes
games.
no sense. And I tend to stay away from those kind of games. I love that kind of interaction.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it wears off. You know.
None of my friends like those kind of games, so I never get to play them.
Okay.
You're wrong. One of your friends.
No,
one of your
he meant
friends
it.
Who could that be?
does like that kind of game.
No, he meant none of his friends.
Because that's true. One of your hangers-on does like that kind of game. No, I love any kind of game where you are BSing
Got it.
as
Oh,
much
God,
as
I love
possible,
those.
right?
See, the reason I stay away from those is because I'm so bad at bluffing and so bad at doing all those things. But like in games like this where it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
I do have a good time. I just haven't played very many of them.
Well,
I
but
guess.
so don't sell yourself short, right? Because you have the personality to spin those.
But I instantly got on because of that name. Just Trust Me, I'm a Doctor. And then the theme, the one thing is the artwork is purposely that era. It's almost gross-esque. It's not like, ugh, you know, but it's like, man, that's
Off-putting.
yeah, that is an era piece right there. You know? So yeah, you know, you have to be ready for that. But you can check it out. And so that was the first one. It's a nice little filler.
I'm gonna look that up.
Thing.
I'm gonna look that up.
I think that is the one that I got that does not have too long left. I think that's the one. So,
Okay, so look it up
so be
like
careful.
soon.
Okay, here's a nice bigger one.
Oh.
You guys see Danger Park?
No.
Okay. Well, let's move on.
No, talk about
So Danger Park it really had me at first because it had the word cooperative in there somewhere. I don't remember where. Turns out, not cooperative at all. What it is, it's one of those games where you're working together to do something.
Okay.
Cooperative.
But then there's one winner, and you all hate each other. Like
Sure.
so,
like every game we play.
the whole I don't. You know, too much about it is not too deep, right? But the basic idea is you're building a theme park, right?
Okay.
And the park is constantly falling apart on you.
I love this already.
And so the whole idea is you have patrons walking around and trying to do the rides, but the rides are failing. You have patrons puking on the rides.
Can a dinosaur eat them?
Wrong
game.
No,
Wrong game.
I'm sorry. No. So there's like regular patrons, there's sick patrons, there's vomit, mechanical, trash, grease, flooding, electrical, pests, and gas. And all those things are infesting your park. And so you guys are trying to, you claim rides and you add them to the park, but that ride is yours now. You have to take care of that ride.
Sure, you're maintaining it.
So people can like try to be like send the sick people to your ride to hurt your ride, and
Got it.
and then if enough people group together, they become a giant meeple instead, and they're moving together as like a horde of people. So they're worth way more points, but also if any of them get sick and stuff like that, it can be way worse kind of stuff.
This sounds really interesting.
But I like that idea of, I like the whole idea. I just wish it was cooperative, honestly. I heard this whole game and I was like, oh man, we're working together to build this park, but everything's going wrong. And then it's like, no, on top of that, I hate you.
Right.
Also,
right.
which makes no sense.
Wait, were you talking to me or were you talking about the game experience?
I broke character.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I liked that idea. You know, the
I do
artwork
too.
was pretty cool.
I have to check that out.
You know, simple square cards for the rides that you're putting out there and
That
stuff.
sounds way more affordable than the other ones we talked about.
I got one more.
Let's hear it.
All right.
Rival Restaurants, not a new game. There's
Okay.
a second. What do they call that on Kickstarter? See, I'm new. They're like,
A relaunch?
Yeah, relaunch.
Sure.
Or
well,
a
it's
second
like,
edition, a reprint?
well, it's like they're coming out with an expansion, and you can get the base.
Oh,
game
yeah,
there.
sure.
You just said
as
it.
well.
It's an expansion.
Sure, but you can also get the.
Yeah,
They're
they
like
always
marketing
release
that.
the base with it.
Okay. Okay.
They don't always. There's one game that
Really?
disappointed. Yeah, Western Legends did an expansion, but they didn't have an option to buy the base game.
Are you listening, Western Legends?
I was so don't
We
tip
know
off
you are.
colossal games. They are really
They're
good.
huge.
They're colossal.
That was the. See, I didn't use the word.
Right,
It
because
was a
they're huge with
synonym.
a because colossal with a C. I said it with a C, and they're spelled with a K. So
Oh,
it's different.
you are clever.
See, sometimes not.
So this game is basically just a real-time cooking game, right? Where it's
Okay.
like you each have your own player board, which is a restaurant, which is asymmetric. You have your own ability. You also have a like head chef or an owner. I don't know what it's called. That has their own ability, and then it's just constant real-time moving around the restaurant, getting the food that you need before other people get the food you need. But I just thought it looked really cool because of the real-time asymmetric stuff, which I like. Also, there's no pauses at all, I guess, which solves the problem. Some people hate that, and some people love it because, like, so you I don't think love real time, but I know that you also hate downtime.
No, I love real time.
Oh, you love real time. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So one of the big things with this game
and I
was,
don't love downtime.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the things with this game is it doesn't stop.
Right.
There is literally no downtime. You start the game and then you're playing until you lose, like, or win.
I like it.
It's lose because I'm playing. One of the things that really got me was they
Obviously.
had a little expansion on there. I don't know if this really got me. They had an expansion called Oh Snap, and it's a guy with a bunch of food on his hand, and it's like there are event decks.
Is that like the? Is it a?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's like event decks now, and that's one of the events that come out, and everyone has to lose half of their ingredients rounded down
I get it.
because it's inedible. It's like,
Love it.
it's so funny to me. But the guys have a great sense of humor. You know,
Sure.
I watched their video, I looked at the game, great sense of humor, good looking game, and just real time asymmetric grabs me.
I love it.
And also, just because I'm weird, I've been looking for a good like cooking board game for a while. I haven't played Kitchen Rush. I know that's a thing.
Sure.
I haven't played many cooking games at all, and I like that idea of like, I don't know if you know the video game Overcooked.
Yeah.
You know, like I want that as a board game, and I haven't found it yet.
You need to play with me. How to Serve Man.
Yeah, I
You are-
haven't even heard of that one.
It's a
You are-
cookbook.
You are aliens. Yes, it is. It is based on a Twilight Zone episode.
One of the
Oh,
best
okay.
ones ever.
And basically, you are aliens on a celebrity cooking show, and you are cooking humans.
Oh, okay.
So it's How to Serve Man.
Wow.
So you've got like the meeples are different colors based on whether you bake them or fry them or boil them.
Okay, yeah.
It's
I'm down.
we're gonna play it. It's hilarious. The names of all the recipes are amazing. It's a little set collection, worker placement.
Okay.
Put your worker here. Put your worker by the fryers, and you turn your raw humans into fried meeples. Kind of thing.
Sure.
So
Super
you're
fun.
talking about real-time cooking. I'm like, I do that every day. I'm a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, sure.
I'm not even a stay-at-home dad. I was doing that today. Like, load
we-
the dishwasher. Do
Yeah,
this.
can we
put this going.
turn that into a game where I have to do that and then deal with the kid with the dirty diaper running around?
I'm
and
actually,
screaming?
I'm genuinely surprised that hasn't been a thing really.
I
Can
think
you-
that's
home
my
life.
calling now.
Really? It's not that it's not a thing. It's just you need it to be fun.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
No. I want them to suffer like I have suffered.
You will all suffer like Spencer has suffered.
Running outside to get the kid to the bus with the other one with diarrhea all over me. I'm like, that's suffering.
Yeah.
It
Two
is.
actions.
Two actions.
I think you get some negative victory points for that.
I had one
you do?
more.
Okay.
But I wanted to do this one last for the Kickstarter because it's a new group. They're called AP Games. And I tried to do some research on the four guys who are involved, but I couldn't figure out any information on them online. But the game looks decent. It looks like it's been well made. So it's not yet funded. It's got another 20 days, I think.
Okay.
If you're interested in helping
What's the game called?
It's called Turris.
Okay.
You think it's called Turris.
No, it's Turris.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are interested in helping a new group get off the mat, why not give it a look?
So what's the game?
The game it's a worker placement game. It's really deep in lore, but essentially there are gods who are attacking humanity, and in order to defend themselves, humanity has developed this giant Babylon-esque tower. And the players build this tower semi-cooperatively, because as you build parts of it, it gives everyone a benefit. And you build this tower to defend yourself against the gods.
Okay.
And you have these scouts that will move around to do all the different jobs, but the gods move around and try to kill or move your scouts. So it's you versus each other versus the game.
Nice.
Kind of deal.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds really interesting.
And the art was actually really good.
I was about to say, I purposely didn't look it up too much because I knew you were going to say something. I was like, educate me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I did click on the page just to look at the art. It's gorgeous.
It is.
Nice.
Oh, man. I was like, whew, that's pretty.
Turris. Turris.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So, AP Games, if you're interested.
I like if you can find like the little guys, right? And help them get a game made, especially if it's got good art. I mean, I can't think of any game that sounds like that, right? So,
No, it sounds unique. It sounds fun.
And looks pretty.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
is
gonna
pretty.
now.
It does look pretty.
So the thing is other than our Kickstarter segment, I've been really good about staying away from it.
Uh-huh.
And now, like between your games and Turris,
Uh-huh.
gonna have to like really give them some hard looks. Like make sure somebody in the group is like if I don't get it, maybe so and so will get it. I know you're poor, so I won't bother you about it.
Thank you. Someone's listening.
He's not poor. So, anyways, that's our Kickstarter stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we've enlightened you.
Yep. Check them out.
Check them out. Because it's always fun. I mean, everybody knows about the new CMON one, right? Like the big ones. IDW is a big dog on the block, but it's nice to find the little guys, right?
Yeah.
And find some unique ones. There's one called WrestleNomicon that funded last year, and the whole stuff in China is like kind of delayed it a little bit.
Yeah, that's been touching quite a few of them, actually.
But it is basically a dueling card game where someone is Cthulhu and someone is the King in Yellow, and it is like a WWE wrestling match as you're playing cards going back and forth.
Wow.
The game may be terrible, but the art looked really good, and it just looked really fun, like really funny, and I'm like, I don't care. They can have some money because I want to see this game.
And they slapped Cthulhu on it, so they're going to sell some.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, I'm a for that.
Yep.
So it just happens. So our topic this week that we're going to discuss, I thought it would be interesting to talk about some games that maybe you're embarrassed to say you've never played.
I'm not embarrassed.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Or just like, what, you've never played that?
Sure. I get that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually waiting because I made a little list and I was like, I bet most of their games I haven't played either because I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to play games.
Well, then I can start us off.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I want to start off one. I have played it one time, and that was like when I was 12.
Okay, well, no, hold on. We should just make a rule right now, though.
Uh-huh.
All right.
The game we talk about, if somebody else has played it or owns it,
Uh-huh.
we need to make sure that we prioritize
Oh, that it,
and play
gets
that
played?
game. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Carcassonne.
You know,
Wow.
oh my God.
I've played that one. I own that one.
It's not because I don't want to play it. I just
We have
never
a
get the
friend.
chance.
We have a friend in our game group that has everything for Carcassonne.
and he never brings it.
He is dying to bring it because he doesn't stop talking about it. So
So get him to bring it.
Yeah. I will be like, Jonathan, and he will ding dong, he's already at your house, he's got it, and it's ready to go. Jonathan would totally play. I mean, I've got Carcassonne and the River, and then one other expansion I don't even remember.
I had some expansions that came with it, right? Like Inns and Cathedrals and
Sure.
thing.
The only one I ever played one time was the base set. It was
Uh-huh.
at a friend's house, and this was one of my first ventures into board gaming. And so I don't remember pretty much anything about it.
Sure.
It's pretty
solid.
fun. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a solid
that's a
game.
solid game.
Solid game.
The
It's
only
fun.
thing with Carcassonne is a lot of people house rule that thing where you draw your tiles at the end instead of the beginning of your turn or something, so that you can think about. There's some kind of house rule a lot of people do, but yeah,
It just
really
speeds the
solid,
game
fun
up a little bit. Yeah, but it's really good. It's a lot of fun.
I'm actually gonna go next. I don't
Do
know.
it.
I don't know if you guys
Do
expect
it.
to, but because mine is Catan.
Oh, I thought you
So-
were gonna say Carcassonne.
So we're going
You
from
lied!
Carcassonne.
Catan.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're going from Carcassonne
Okay.
to Catan or Catan.
Catan.
Fancy.
Well, we'll just have you invite to my group. I've got 5-player Catan.
Yeah,
Play it.
this one's technically a semi-cheat because I still haven't played Catan, but recently I played the Game of Thrones Catan,
Yes.
and I played Starfarers of Catan.
Yeah, you came to
So-
my house and played. I was gonna say, like, wait a minute.
Those were both within the last, 2 months.
Right.
Those were my first
But
Catan
you haven't played
experiences.
straight up
But I've
Catan.
never played normal Catan.
See, I've never played any of the expansions to Catan.
Oh, okay.
I own one of them, but I've never played it.
Not the. Wait, which one do you own?
The 5 to 6 player expansion.
Oh, that doesn't count as an expansion.
Catan is definitely the
I thought you meant
biggest
like
game.
Barbarians and Knights.
No,
or
no,
whatever.
never played any of those.
Or
I have a couple games listed, right? But Catan is definitely the biggest one where every time I bring it up, people go, really? Even my wife has played Catan, and she hasn't played, anything.
well, let me tell you. Original Catan, I don't care what the seasoned and veteran and
Sure.
bitter gamers say, it is a good game.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a
Totally
really-
solid.
Well, I've played the Game of Thrones, right? So it's I've played Catan. It's just take away the north wall, right? Isn't that because
Take away a few things. But
Sure,
yeah.
I'm just saying the card play, the resource.
I
thing,
will tell you though that
like-
Starfarers of Catan,
Oh yeah,
like berries.
sure.
Starfarers is so good.
Oh, I have to play that.
Yeah, it's really good.
We have to play Starfarers. It
All
is
right.
fantastic. There are adventure or event cards.
There's so, I don't
And
know what
there's
they're
like
called.
a push-
Encounters?
Yeah, encounter cards. And there's there can be like a push your luck kind of element, and you've got make a decision, and you follow the tree down depending on do you do this or do you do that? And we're like, every time there was even a chance, we're like, do it! You gotta
Yeah,
do
exactly.
it! Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
We got way into it.
It was
maybe
so
too into it, but it
Yeah,
was
with
really
the
good.
big 3D ships you have,
Oh,
and
wow.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Man.
Starfarers of Catan.
Yeah.
But yes, we
But I
will
played that
play.
one.
We will play regular straight
Sure.
Catan
I
sometime.
mean, I'll probably be like, wish this was Starfarers while playing it, but
You
know.
might. You might.
But I'll give it a shot.
No, and play 3-player. It'll go. It
Sure.
can go relatively quick, and then that way, if you don't like it, you're like, nah. So it's done. But Catan, it is a classic evergreen game for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go to
You do one.
my first one, and I was looking at the BGG top 100, and I'm like, okay, I know a lot of people talk about these games. And I've never played, and one that I've always been interested, and you've never even really had the opportunity to play is Orleans.
Oh yeah, I've never either.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Have you
Oh, look
played
at that.
Orleans?
I've not played it, but I've seen it sitting on a shelf at my game store that I always go to, and I just never take it,
It
off
looks
the shelf.
looks super cool, right?
It does.
Bag building, and there's some deck building and some hand
Yeah.
management, and it's a classic game. I always hear people talk positively
Sure.
about it. And I'm like, I just kind of need to play it, but I don't have it, and I don't know
I've
if any of
never-
my friends have it.
The thing is, I've never had a chance to play it with someone who's played it,
Oh,
sure.
and I don't want to have to go through the rules
Yeah.
and get them all wrong.
Sure,
I
sure,
will.
sure.
Yep.
So Orleans is my first one. I've got 2 other ones to talk about.
Yeah, me too.
So,
All right, well,
what's your next one?
My next one is Power Grid.
I've never played Power Grid either.
Oh man,
the only one that's played a game.
High five!
Yeah, it was good.
So yeah, Power Grid. You like Power Grid?
I liked it, and I really thought I was gonna hate it. Not gonna lie. I was playing
Okay.
that game, and it's very thinky,
Yes.
mathy.
Oh, I love
and
those.
yeah, right. I don't. And it's mean. It's a
Sure.
pretty mean game, and I tend not to like any of that stuff. And I played it, and I was like, man, this really came together well. And I don't know if it's just because of how, the resource, it's very thematic, I guess, right? And that's
Sure.
I've talked about this. That's the biggest thing that brings me to the game is how
You like
good
theme.
that theme
You like a
and
good
that
theme.
artwork. Do they build the world for me?
Sure.
And they really did a great job. All the cards made sense. The way you're connecting your lines made sense. The resources, our resources at least, I don't know if they normally come like this, but they looked like the resources,
Sure.
So, yeah, I had a great time. I've only played it twice, I think.
Sure.
But I had a good time. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
So Power Grid. Yeah, I haven't
I'm
played
gonna
it
have
either.
to grab it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get a
Levi owns it. That's
Levi.
how I played
Okay,
it,
so yeah, we'll bother Levi
we'll
for
bother
that.
him.
That sounds good. All right, so now it's
Oh, man,
yours.
it's
You
me.
got to do all the talking because you haven't played the game.
I know. So this one, there's no way you guys haven't played, right? I put this on the list just because I think I might be the only person on the planet who hasn't played any of the
Am I going to flip the table?
any of the Azul games. No.
Azul?
Yeah, I haven't played any of those games because they were the #1 thing in the world. And
Don't sell
everyone...
yourself short. I've only played it one time.
Okay, yeah.
Azul is fine.
Okay, so
I
I'm
prefer
actually...
Sagrada.
I prefer
Oh,
Sagrada.
I don't
I played
like
Azul.
Sagrada.
I played Sagrada, and I was like,
They're
I like
very-
them both. I like Sagrada better.
They're very different.
Okay.
They came out at the same
I
time.
haven't played Azul because I don't like Sagrada.
No,
And because I
completely
don't
different.
like
Different puzzles?
abstract strategy, right?
But still abstract
Oh, if
strategy.
you don't like abstract strategy, you might not like
Yeah.
Azul.
So what did I just say? Man, the theme really helps me with the game. Yeah.
Well,
It's pretty.
But now there's the stained glass version,
Sure.
and they're coming out with
Sintra. Yeah, the third one with the weird angled pieces, right?
Yeah.
The third one. Yeah.
and ones with mats where you have to put certain things on to get bonus. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, so
Yeah, they're getting deeper.
I will always try it, but like, I don't need Azul in my collection. Enough other people have it.
Sure.
It's okay. I'm not gonna pull it off the shelf and be like, hey man, like we gotta play Azul. But if I'm hanging out and somebody wants to play Azul, I'll play it. Like
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm
poo-poo
really
it.
glad to hear this because it was like, dude, it came out. It was the best game on the planet. Everyone needed to own it, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, I'm good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine that I haven't played it. Is what I'm picking up.
It's also fine that you haven't
Yeah.
played it.
Okay.
It-
Good to
you
hear.
don't feel you have to play every game out there.
I kind of feel
there are
like that
too
sometimes.
many of them.
I kind of feel like I.
I need to play every game out there, which is why I'm friends with Tim because he needs to buy every game that's out there. It's
And
this. It's
yeah,
this-
I
it's
feel
this
that need
interesting
sometimes.
relationship.
I have this weird compulsion.
Yeah, I'm just like, you buy that yet? I need
Yeah,
to play it.
right, right.
No,
When's it
no.
coming?
You've got a problem because I used to watch so much anime when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
I never bought it because I was very good at manipulating my brother and sister to buying it,
There you go.
and I just watched it off of them.
Yeah.
Perfect. So now you just. Well,
You gotta
see,
get-
to
you
be
know,
fair, my collection was huge before we started gaming together. So
Yeah, but
So
you know,
you-
tourist sounds pretty cool. you
it
know?
does sound really cool. We get my phone out.
Yes.
So my next one is a game that I really, 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 really want to play because it sounds like the kind of game I love. Cosmic Encounter.
Oh my god, I
You've
played
never
that.
played Cosmic Encounter?
Never play Cosmic
Wow,
Encounter.
that is such a Tim game.
Which version?
I don't care. Any version. It's been around since the 70s.
It has.
Wow.
But
And
like
we're up to,
it's
what, the
there's
third or
bluffing,
fourth
there's
or fifth?
negotiation, there's
Yeah.
like
I
exploration.
mean, that's the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
Bluffing
That's
negotiation.
that's my game.
Yeah, that's Tim.
That's my game.
My sister played once, and her special power was if she whines about something, we have to figure out how to make it happen. I don't ever want to see that mechanic again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't love Cosmic Encounter, but it's because, as stated previously, I see myself as sucking at bluffing and negotiating stuff. I'm the guy that goes to a car dealership and I'm like, how much for the car? And they're like, 100,000. And I'm like, sold. And everyone's like, it's not worth that, Dan. I'm like, yeah, but he said.
It's a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, when he said 100,000, I just.
I figured that was the price.
Yeah, I don't
What am I
know.
gonna do? Tell them that's not the price?
Yeah, I just.
So I have not played any of the.
Avoid conflict.
See, I've not played any of the recent versions of Cosmic Encounters. I played one, I guess, in the '90s.
Oh.
But I mean, I loved it, and there was a version, a variation where you can play as two powers that are random, but that made a really cool interplay between the powers because sometimes it didn't work, but sometimes they were freaking amazing.
Nice.
Sounds balanced.
No. This wasn't about balance. This was about crushing my sister.
Listen. If I'm having a good time, like even if I'm losing, I'm not worried about the balance.
I know, you just
So
write in your journal later.
As long as it's right,
Well,
crying.
each individual power is balanced.
Right, but when you
they
combine
have
the two-
synergy,
Exactly.
Yeah.
The one where you get to add to your attack and then multiply to your attack, that's really unbalanced, but so awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
I played the newest or second newest version. You know, the
Sure.
artwork's cool. I will say I don't. Maybe in the older versions, there's not really exploration from what I remember.
No, there's no.
Yeah, you
It's
said that.
in the description.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah.
you go from
It is
your
in the
you
description.
put your people from your planet to the other people's
the
planet.
other person's planet.
But I mean, it's just a ship that
Explored
sits there. Yeah.
It's just you got this like wormhole thing that
Yeah.
you move over there, and you put people around the rim to defend, and your people funnel into the other end.
And then it's just card
Sounds
play.
like Twilight Imperium. Except you can't move the wormhole, but there you got to guard them.
But yeah, cool game. Just
It is.
maybe a little too much bluffing.
I need to play it.
I played that game all the time with my family.
Yeah.
I need to play it. So what's your third one?
My third and final one.
Wow me. No pressure.
Okay, this one is a classic, and there's going to be a reason
Oh.
that I've never played this, and I doubt either of you have played this.
Okay.
Okay. How classic is it?
Dune.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No way.
I own the reprint.
You own it already?
I own it. I own the reprint. I have not played it yet.
He's
My
excited.
best friend.
Wait a minute.
Here's the thing with Dune. I'm just going to tell you. It's going to take some time to play.
It looks like it. I did a little research, and I was like, that looks complicated.
It's going to take some time to play. But the politics and the... You don't even need to be able to bluff.
Oh.
But your problem is going to be, you're not going to want to be mean.
Oh sure.
This game is...
Really mean.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It's Dune. It's got to be.
Oh yeah, I've seen the movie.
Have you read the books?
I haven't seen the movie. No, so I don't know. I literally know nothing about
You're
it.
in luck because they're remaking
I know.
it.
I heard that.
And
yeah.
I'm just in time. I can't wait to see the remake.
Okay.
But I can hear one of the powers that Bene Gesserit get to do. At the beginning of the game, they get to choose
Master manipulators.
which other player they think is going to win and in what round.
Wow.
And if that person wins, they don't win, the Bene Gesserit wins.
Yes.
In that round, you mean? If they win.
If they win in that round.
If they predict correctly.
So, and then you have alliances to help each other out. So
Because
if I'm
then the
Bene
Bene Gesserit are trying
I'm
to-
trying to help you win
Sure.
in that round.
That would make sense.
But you don't know that I predicted that you're
Oh,
the one
okay.
winning
That's
in
what I was
that
wondering.
round.
Because they could just purposely not win in that round. But
So-
okay.
So you don't have to be
write it
bluffing
somewhere,
necessarily.
Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I kind of really want to.
So a little background. In the book, the Bene Gesserit basically,
Evil space nuns.
yes, manipulated like through arranged marriages, like the bloodlines and the genetics to like create Jesus,
Okay.
space Jesus.
Been there. Relatable situation.
And so,
And then he got out of hand, and they realized they couldn't control him.
yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Okay.
The book's a little dry, but if you can get into it, it's super good.
Yeah.
It is.
The politics are so good. And
First
the
two
game,
books, definitely.
after that, you're kind of out there.
Yeah.
But the game really, like through all the gameplay, like I've been watching videos and I've been reading a lot of the rule book and everything, and it's like the theme is so there. It's like so immersive. I know, goosebumps just
I know,
thinking about it. I'm so excited.
Maybe next game night.
So, well, I don't know. It might take longer than that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe next meeple event.
Yeah, it's gonna be like we're gonna need 4 hours at least, like with
Just
learning,
to read it.
with learning and playing.
Yeah, are we playing a game or reading the book?
I'll be
Tim?
ready. I'll be ready when we play it. I'll be ready. But I want to have like I've got people in mind that I'm inviting so that we can have like the most backstabby.
I hope I'm one of those
competitive
people.
Well, you are.
Yes. Now.
No, you were. You already were because I knew you'd love the source material anyway.
Oh,
so,
I do. I do.
So you're already in, whether you wanted to be or not. But yeah, so Dune. Nope, looking forward to it. We will play it. We will play it.
Cool.
What you got for us?
You only
Dan?
got one left, right?
I got one
Okay.
left.
So I got 3 left. So I'm just gonna go through all 3.
Do it. Let's do it.
Just really quick, because the rest of these aren't like classics. It's not gonna be like Dan didn't play that. The rest are games that I just am annoyed I haven't played.
Okay.
Is the kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So like, first of all is every time I see Galaxy Trucker, I'm like, man, I really want to play it.
I own
I'm
it.
with you there. I've
Yeah,
never played it, and I
okay.
want to play it.
Yeah.
I own it. Let's play it.
Yeah,
It's
I see
fantastic.
it all the time. I'm like, I love that idea.
It's
That seems
hilarious.
So much fun. So yeah, I don't know.
You are right.
yeah.
It is so much fun.
Okay.
And,
It's
and
hilarious.
every time someone who gets to know me with gaming, and they're like, "Oh, have you played Galaxy Trucker? It's right up your alley." Like,
Oh really? Yeah.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah. It just
Bring it.
It just looks fun.
All right, I'll bring
So-
my copy of Galaxy Trucker. It's so much
That
fun.
was a little subliminal messaging there. Man,
Right.
if only someone would bring it.
Or if someone. Yep. Nope. It's amazing. It's great.
Next is just I haven't played either Race or Roll for the Galaxy.
Oh boy. Hold on. Spencer, calm down.
So-
Calm down. That is this man's favorite game.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
my
I've
favorite game.
only played Race once with him, and I've played Roll like 2.5 times.
You know, it's Roll for the Galaxy. It's not my favorite game, but I love it. I've never won it.
Oh yeah.
Never won it, but I still
I guess
love it.
I should say technically I did play one round of it on Steam, because it was like a couple bucks.
Your list isn't valid.
Yeah, right. So
No.
technically I did that, but like it didn't really teach me how to play. I was just like, oh, these symbols mean so many things.
Yeah.
Well, the symbols are only intuitive after you've really played the game once. And then you're like, oh, I get them now. It makes sense.
Yeah, you have to be okay like getting stomped your first game or two
Absolutely.
to get used to it and kind of figure it out. Once you figure it out, it's a fantastic engine builder.
It is.
I'm terrible at
It's
it.
it's a tableau builder.
Yes.
That is just, it's the epitome of tableau builders.
Yeah. Yeah. Want to try it out? Looks fun. That's what
Invite
most
you
of
to my
my
house.
things are.
I want to try it.
Looks
It's fun.
so.
And you should be wary. There are a lot of expansions.
Oh yeah, I've heard that, but honestly, I've heard that almost all of them are unnecessary. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But none of them are. None of them bring it down at all.
Oh okay.
So they all make it.
I remember
good.
that's the game, right? I remember hearing disappointment because a game came out, an expansion came out that was literally called like War, but like all it does is it adds a tiny chance to have a fight every 10 times you play or like something like that.
What I found when it's on the brink of war is it becomes a cold war.
Oh,
so
okay.
This guy has the ability to take over any planet as long as it's a military planet. So I'm just not playing
Not
a military
gonna
planet.
do military planets. Okay.
But a cold war is still a war. It affects how
Sure.
I play.
Sure. Like I said, this is just word of mouth, right? What I've
Yes.
heard, so that kind of thing. And my last one is not embarrassing at all because I would say most people haven't played this game. It's just at the top of my list here because it is so mean, it seems so good, and it's Seventh Continent. I want to play Seventh
I haven't
Continent.
played it yet.
Yeah,
Really?
I figured.
I've not played it.
have? I haven't.
Oh, you were
He-
just
he
bringing
has
up
it.
he. Okay.
Okay. Seventh Continent. I would kind of agree with this assessment. It's D&D light with cards.
Okay.
You are playing cards down to explore as you go through
Mm-hmm.
basically Australia, the seventh continent. And there's a curse on you, and you're trying to get rid of this curse. But the cards have pictures, the artwork you have to
Yeah.
pay attention to.
Uh-huh.
Because every time you're on a spot, you can be like, well, I want to go look at that skeleton. Are you sure you really want to go look at that skeleton?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that might, really backfire.
Well, and I just hear the cool things about it that I hear is like, so you're talking about that skeleton, right? Well, that skeleton has nothing to do with the mission you're on right now. But
Exactly.
you might play a year later, and you're going through your mission, you hear about a skeleton on the island, and you're like, I know exactly where that is.
Exactly.
Like you learn the map and that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that just seems so cool
There
to me.
are a million expansions to it.
Yeah. Well, I'm mostly excited because they are either just now or soon. Maybe it came out forever ago and I'm behind. Seventh Continent Classic is just now on the website I see where you can just buy for pretty cheap none of the extra bits.
Oh,
like it's
cool.
like I don't remember the price, but I remember Seventh Continent was an endeavor.
Oh,
and this
yeah.
one was pretty cheap.
It was a
and
big Kickstarter,
Like, because
and
it
it
doesn't
was
come with
so
any of the components you need, right? You just get the cards and that's all you need to play.
That's really all
yeah.
you need.
So but I'm thinking about it because I'm like, man, that just looks so much fun.
It's better solo, I think.
Really?
So
Yeah.
how would you
Interesting.
compare Seventh Continent to the one chapter we have played of Tainted Grail? Because I know you said they were similar.
Oh, they are? Okay.
So Tainted
They-
Grail, you've got like tarot-sized cards, and as you explore,
Oh, I didn't know
You-
Tainted Grail was card based like that.
and you've
It
got
is,
you got
yeah.
minis, and you move them
Sure.
around. The story, so Tainted Grail, if you like theme and immersion, like Tainted Grail is there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are deep.
They both have that. They both have the cards playing out where they connect and you see the map as you're going. Seventh Continent has the ability to save the game. Really weird mechanic, but it works.
Tainted Grail does as well.
The way the Chain Grail does it is differently than the way
Okay,
Seventh
sure.
Continent does it. Seventh Continent it includes that character development. I've got a character who's got these stats, and I'm going to develop them up, and I'm going to get these powers. That's not so present. In Seventh Continent, you have a character who has a satchel with stuff in it.
Okay.
And the stuff is what you use to develop your character.
Sure,
and that
sure,
can
sure.
also be skills that you learn. And each of the characters has a deck of different skills, but you may never even run into those skills as you're going through.
Sure. Like
Um,
I don't need climbing.
Yeah.
That
So-
happens in D&D all the time. Then you
Sure.
start. Everybody just
Reroll
derails the whole.
character.
Everybody derails the whole campaign trying to find a way to use
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, dude, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go.
They're in the
But I
middle
can
of a boss
climb this
fight.
wall.
I can climb him.
Yeah.
I play with a character who is a knockoff of Lovecraft.
Okay.
And whenever you draw curse cards, something good happens for him.
Oh.
But I wasn't drawing very many curse
You need to
cards.
go poke that skeleton, man.
Yeah.
I guarantee a curse is popping out of that thing.
Amount of times I've heard that.
Yeah.
Go poke that skeleton. Fair enough.
We might be going the wrong way.
Where do you
here.
hang out? Where do you hang out?
With
That's what I-
Tim.
It's dark.
But Seventh Continent is a fun game. If you just set it up at home and you want to play at night and you don't want to, make it something that takes forever, you can just play it up, save it, and go do something.
Because I'm a big fan of Tainted Grail. Like, I haven't gone on and played the next chapter yet because I'm trying to decide, like, do I want to do it solo and, like, run those 2 characters? Do I wait for you? Because the story is really amazing. Yeah,
Well,
really
pretty cool.
I just remembered Seventh Continent also has a sequel coming out soon, right? It's called Seventh something else.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I had
I
the
heard
artist
about
yet.
that. I heard about that. It's like Seventh Ocean or something, and it's like so it's a whole different theme, but
Probably
the
a
same
7th
system.
sea.
See, I have the What Goes Up Must Come Down expansion,
Got it.
which I haven't actually gotten to yet.
Sure.
Sure.
But yeah, that excites me because see, Seventh Continent, like I'm waiting for like Seventh Galaxy, right? And it's like a space exploration, like that's
They
what I'm
could
waiting
do
for,
that.
kind
They
of
could do
stuff.
that.
Sure.
And I'm big
Sure.
into sci-fi, so.
Right?
And Tim, we're accidentally good at predicting things that would.
We are
too.
accidentally. You just
Wait-
made it. We
wait for
just.
Seventh Galaxy.
It is now happening. It is now
So
happening.
who's going to win the Super Bowl next year?
Can't-
Yeah.
we're not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, it's always going to be the Bears. That's
in my
always my
contract.
answer,
Oh,
even though it's not
Bears.
happening. The Bears. So my last one, I don't expect you guys to have played because it is so hard to get anymore.
I designed it.
But the main reason is at the top of my list is that I have owned this game
Oh,
for
no.
maybe 5 years and have not played it yet.
Really on the top of your wall of shame.
It is
Oh.
the pinnacle.
Yeah.
It is
Oh.
the zenith. It is Glory to Rome.
Oh,
I've wanted to play it.
I've only heard of it.
I own it. I don't have like the super fancy black box edition. I've got like a clamshell edition, which still like goes for a lot of money. But and I got it like for like $10. Like somebody was selling it, and I was like, and my sister was like, buy that, buy that, buy that, buy that.
She
And I'm
made a
like,
good move.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, and I bought it, and then it's like, oh, but don't try to learn it on your own. Have somebody teach it to you because the cards are multi-purpose. You may use this card as a resource. You may play this card, and now it is something that generates resources.
Got it.
You may tuck this card under, and it advances
I
the
really like that stuff.
card.
That's like Race for the Galaxy,
Oh yeah.
which is why I really want to try it.
Or the Bloody Inn. Have you played the Bloody Inn?
No.
That's
Have
so
you played
funny.
Bloody Inn?
No, it's so funny you bring that up because I saw that game for the first time, I don't know, a month or 2 ago, and I was like, that seems really cool. I like that little idea. And then I saw that you gave it like a 10.
I love
on
the
Board
Bloody
Game
Inn.
Geek,
Oh,
and now you're
God.
talking about it, and I was like, I gotta try this game evidently.
Wow.
The Bloody Inn, it is like, I forget what time period, 1800s, and you're like French innkeepers that you have people that
Les
come in.
Miserables here.
You have people that come in and they stay in your inn, and you choose whether to collect their money, like as they rent the room, or maybe you murder them, and then you bury them under other rooms in the inn.
And then like so cops show up, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you have to decide. So you might like kill this cop like to hide the, but then more cops are gonna show up,
Okay.
and now you have these piles like
Yes,
building up.
or but
I
maybe you
want
let
to
the
play this.
maybe you let the cops go because they're going to go to your opponent, the other players'
yeah.
rooms, and maybe they're going to bust them.
Yeah, I,
So
just, I
it's-
saw that and it looks so funny.
It's
It's
super
Les
fun.
Miserables. It's a little Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
And we're going to throw in some Edgar Allan Poe.
And the artwork is
with-
really neat. It's the artwork is very stylized,
Yeah.
but it's really
I
neat.
liked it. Yeah, the
Okay.
stylized is very iffy for me, and I was like, that looks good. It's
Yeah.
very thematic. Like it
Yes,
is.
yes. Bloody Inn is really fun. It's super dark, right? But
I like
it's
dark.
it's
And
really
speaking
fun.
of Bloody, and tell us more of Glory to Rome.
Glory to Rome. That's it. It is
Okay.
it is sort of like set collection, engine building,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
cards.
unfortunately, like I said at the beginning, I literally have only heard of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about it.
It is I have to get it played.
When I did some research about it on Board Game Geek, and it was like, this one is rated, I don't remember, 7.6 for that kind of multi-use card game.
Well, let me.
Oh.
And then Race for the Galaxy is a 7.7. I'm like, oh my god. It's
So-
that close, I gotta try
So
it.
Glory to Rome is 177 on BGG, like out of their rankings.
Okay,
Cosmic
yeah.
Encounter is 131, and Orleans is 24.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, I
on the
didn't,
all-time list.
whoops.
No.
I don't actually go to BGG very often.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I get on there and hang out sometimes.
I like it.
Go
It's
poking
honestly
around.
the biggest thing for me for Board Game Geek is just that it's so easy to keep track of my collection on that site.
Maybe I'll do that.
That's the biggest thing for me is like, okay, I have those expansions and I have those games. Good to know.
I
you know?
use it to track my collection.
Yeah, and also obviously I can be like,
I have a shelf for that.
yeah,
Right.
sure.
I have too many shelves
Yeah.
for that.
I don't, but I just lazy. But,
Right.
so
Ugh.
the collection.
Just look
Yeah.
on my phone.
Yeah. But also, knowing what I rated games is just good to me, right? Because
Sure.
I could keep that somewhere else, I guess. But it's just really simple for me to go to my collection and be like, so these are my 10 out of 10 games. So,
These are the ones.
kind
Yeah,
of
These are the
so-
ones.
I tried to do a 10 out of 10, do my top 10 games. I got through 3, and I was like, no, I can't rate the rest.
Well, that's the thing with that's the thing I actually like about Board Game Geek's ranking system is like it's just a 10 ranking system, right? But it's not. See, I don't say I gave the game a 9. I gave it a I like it and would recommend it or whatever because they label their
Okay,
numbers.
okay.
Their numbers all have sentences linked to them.
That
so
could be cool.
so a 6 is like I'll play if in the mood, or a 7 is I'll play if in the mood. And I'm like that's how I feel about that game. Like so it makes it way easier to rank on there compared to other sites in my
They
opinion.
do.
I'm going to have to get myself a
Not a
profile.
sponsor.
You could go if you looked at like, was it Pub Meeple or Meeple Pub, where you
Right.
go, so you go in and you link your BGG account collection to them, and then if you want to look at your top 10 games,
Oh, yeah.
you go through and they'll give you 2 and you pick one, and they'll give you 2 more and you pick one, and you give you 2 more and you pick one, and you'll start to see like one you've already picked like paired up with a different game,
Yeah.
or maybe 2 you've already picked but they were paired up with other games, and you just go through and you just cycle through and you just go through
Huh.
and do it over and over and
clever.
over, and they're
I'm
like,
still not certain.
these are the games that you love the most.
They'd bring 2 games up, and I'd be like, yes.
Really?
Right. Trust me, when I get to like Cthulhu Wars in Concordia,
Oh,
it's like
God.
sweating. I don't know, man.
how much you love both of those games.
I
You know
know.
what? I'm gonna add another one, Concordia, because that's the one that you said is worker placement and deck building, right?
It is sort of, yeah.
Because I said I was
Yeah,
looking
see?
for a game that does both.
Yes,
And
Concordia
so-
is
okay.
fantastic.
So I'll add that.
It's a solid game.
I love Concordia so much. I haven't even played the expansions. Everybody talks about like Salsa and Venus are both
Oh.
like really good expansions, and I have not played either.
I think it was solid without the expansions.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll end up with them eventually.
Eventually.
sure.
But I'm not in a hurry because the base game is so good.
Uh-huh.
I love playing it, and it's not hard to teach, but there's a lot of strategy there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take
The best games are like that.
like a ton of time, So it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. So Spencer said that he wanted to highlight a game and talk about it.
Yeah, it was.
So send us out on a really
Yeah, I'm waiting.
amazing, no pressure high note.
Well, I
Don't
like
blow
to.
Oh, that game
I like
sucks.
to try to highlight games that are somewhat educational or good for kids and things like that because
I'm just
I've
kidding.
got.
Wow.
Like the coronavirus, I've got kids.
Yes.
And this one, it was on Kickstarter last year, late last year, and I almost backed it. And now I've seen it. It's available in retail with all of the expansions. I'm like, oh, thank God, because then I can actually get it.
Okay.
It's called Lord of the Chords.
Haven't heard of it.
No?
It is
Is it guitar? Is it chords?
Yeah, like-
CHORDS?
CHORDS.
Okay.
It's about music, and it is puntastic.
Oh baby. Spencer is a musician.
I'm a musician. I play the guitar. I sing. And my wife, she plays the flute and the piano, and she sings.
We get it. You guys are all
Yeah.
super talented.
Oh,
I could actually talk about my wife singing, playing guitar too. I just didn't want you to be left out.
Yeah, we yodel and claw.
Well, that's good.
Yodel and claw. Badly.
And so the game has cards, so an A chord, but then it teaches you things like a diminished chord because you can add the diminished to it.
Oh.
And on the side of the chord, it'll have these are the notes on a piano. These are the notes that will be in that chord, but when you diminish it, replaces them. And so you can see how you build chords, and you can see music theory.
But what if you only know 3
Interesting.
chords?
Yeah.
No, I'm
teach
just
you the
kidding.
rest of life. And that's the thing, is you don't have to know anything about music to play the game.
What's it called one more time?
Lord of the Chords.
Lord
Someone's
of the
paying
Chords.
attention.
I got so distracted by diminished chords, and then
No,
you
I
were
like
talking
that,
about
I like that.
Yeah.
your
'Cause
wife being able to play guitar and sing, and I was working on insults. Because
Yeah.
then I'm like, well, what do you
I gotta
do?
get it back somehow.
What do you do?
ouch.
It's fine that you married up, sure.
I talk about board games.
My wife is a musician and a PhD chemist.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I married up.
There's nothing wrong with punching above your weight class, man. I married up as well. You know,
Yeah, no, that's really interesting because I used to play music. Totally got out of it just because of time, I guess, you know. But I used to play violin, and I always liked playing piano, but I was never good at it. But I can't read music or do anything anymore.
I'm terrible reading staff music.
Yeah, okay.
So I memorize the music when I do it. And sometimes I do it by ear, which I'm told is unique.
Really?
It's probably wrong, but...
That's actually the only way I learn how to play music is
then-
listening to it.
Awesome.
And then
'cause-
like...
Yeah, when I learn
Sorry.
by listening and repeating it and figuring it out myself. And my wife will just sit down with a piece of music and I'm
Sure.
like, how did you do that?
Yeah. Sanskrit!
So this will teach you how to form chords and
Sure.
and all sorts of things like that. It's for ages 10 and up. It takes about an hour to play, 2 to 4 players. But the thing I love the most about this, well, maybe not the most, one of the things I love about this game is the travel box. The travel box is this little wooden box that looks like you just took the keys of a piano and there we go.
Oh.
It's got the raised black keys
Yeah,
and
nice.
everything.
That's the technical term, black.
Raised
oh yeah,
black keys.
yeah. I like that band, the Black Keys.
Yeah,
Oh, they're really
black-eyed
good.
keys.
No,
Oh,
don't,
we said fantastic.
don't. The Black
I
Keys
gave
are
you the
really
warning.
good.
So,
Don't sully them.
Quick question. What do the expansions add to the game then?
Yeah.
Because you said there were a lot of expansions.
More chords.
Yeah, different kinds of
Instruments?
chords and things like that. One of the expansions is the travel box.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's a fun-looking game. It looks educational.
So our question,
Yep.
I'm going to speak for both of us. When are you going to buy it so
When are
that
you
we
gonna
can
buy
play
it so
it?
we can play it?
God.
See, right?
Yeah,
I had that question.
How did
yeah.
you know I was going to say
I know,
that?
right?
I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. Because I just backed Return to Dark Tower.
Right.
And,
Exactly.
and another one's coming up that I'm like, oh, I kind of want to back
And
that
you'd want
one.
all the expansions probably.
Yeah,
huh? So,
and then I'm like, but I want to get this one too, and my wife's going to kill me.
You better start selling some blood.
I've been selling my blood.
You better start busking on the corner. Like, so you're going to be standing next to a guy that's like hungry, and you're going to be like, need board games.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll play you the Zelda theme.
Yeah. That might work. That might work. You got to find the right
Gotta
spot.
go to a con.
You got to find the good, right? Right.
Stand at the corner at a convention and be like, all right, we're
Here's-
going to do Garuda Valley. Here we go.
So what we'll let you do is on our game weekends, you just show up, like stand in the corner, put out like a jester cap for money.
You know I have
And
one.
I know you do. And then we will just let people, you provide the ambient noise, right? And play Green Sleeves, instead of Freebird, I guess.
As long
Is
as
that
we go
what
with
they-
Stairway to Heaven and
Yeah. Yeah.
Dust in the Wind for the 12th time today.
12th time. And there'll just be one guy with a beard crying like in the corner the whole time.
Oh, you're going to grow out your beard? That's so nice.
I can't.
Oh.
I look like Joe Dirt when I try to
you-
grow
this
more
is-
than
this
this.
is his
special hair.
beard,
This
yeah.
is the beard. This is as glorious as it gets. You magnificent bastards
Whatever.
do way better than I do. But so yeah, no, that sounds good. Lord
Of the chords.
I got it. I got it.
He just talks slow sometimes.
I was spreading it out.
It was dramatic.
Dramatic.
I'll say that.
Very dramatic.
Yeah.
So those were some games that, other than Lord of the Chords,
Yeah.
some games that maybe everybody else but us have played.
Yeah.
I thought of one while we were talking.
Oh.
Maybe you guys have played, but I have not. The Manhattan
Doubtful.
Project?
Nope.
No.
Know all about it. Haven't played it. Yeah.
I should know all about it. That's kind of what my wife studies.
Right. That's what I assumed when I said it that you would be like, yep.
That's a game?
And I expected Dan to say, that's a game.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
How did you do that?
Right. Well, we predict things.
Got it.
So,
No, I can't get my wife to even watch the show about the Manhattan Project.
Huh.
she's like, that's work for me.
Because she knows that if she does, everyone in the world is going to want her opinion because it'll be a professional opinion. And she doesn't want to have to do that.
So, would she watch Chernobyl?
That's the one she hasn't watched yet.
Oh,
Well, she watched the previews and she was like, there are so many things wrong with the previews, I can't even.
Ouch. Okay, I've heard good things.
that show is
Oh, no,
amazing.
it is amazing.
No,
But they
it's-
didn't have any actinide scientists
The problem,
consulting. So,
God.
well, it's because they went off of like what the Soviets were doing,
yeah.
and they did a lot of stuff really wrong
Oh, I'm
and
sure.
badly. It's amazing. It's so depressing to watch. It's so good.
Yay.
Let's watch
Let's
the
end, let's end on a happy note.
Yeah,
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. Remember that disaster that killed all of those people and
And that
Wreck-
new board game coming out, Killing Puppies.
killing? I can't wait to get the catapult expansion.
Cat, C-A-T,
Apult. You put them in, you launch them over. I think we just came up with another board game idea.
Now I had
So
another
wait,
one as we were going.
so here,
Got
let me-
four
let-
board games I gotta make.
Let me pitch this board game idea to you really quick that I just had.
Uh-huh.
We all live on a block. We're all neighbors, right?
Yes, we're not.
Right, but in this game, the theme of the game is we're all neighbors. And your player board or your section of the board is your house in your yard, and it's
With a
fenced
fence.
in.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see where you're going with this.
All of these stray animals are invading our properties, and we
You
are
have to-
launching them to our neighbors.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
like tower defense, but you're like
We're not using actual catapults. It's spoons.
Oh,
Like you
it's a
did.
dexterity game now.
Dexterity
Oh,
game.
now you-
like
that's
we
an
did when we were
expansion.
kids.
Add in the status cards to where like, oh, Billy's allergic to cats. I'm
Right.
gonna launch more cats
yeah,
over there.
yeah. So I'm giving you now you've got a cat hair allergy. Start sending all the cats over.
You don't get to refresh because the cats kept you up all night.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, I send the raccoons over. Now there's trash all over your yard, so you got negative
That's
points.
funny. That's funny.
We just made a game.
Yep. Well, you didn't. What you did is you gave someone else the means to make a
No.
game.
We got to get it right for next proto spiel.
Oh boy.
Actually, let's commit to this on film. We will have a game in development
Yes.
to play by next Proto Spiel.
Together?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, really?
We've
Okay.
been kicking some ideas.
Cool.
We
We'll
might
talk
have
to you.
two. We might have one or two.
I'm gonna run with this
I like them both.
Animal Wars
Both of them.
idea. I'm gonna run with that one. Because I think we've got like 2 games working with what we've been talking about. And I know we're very vague, but we don't want to give
Sure.
anything away. We've
Yeah.
got some interesting, hopefully unique themes and some mechanics we're trying to integrate. Do something that hasn't been done.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. And then Dan will play it and be like, boring. It's so mean. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the cat one would be me, or the where you're launching the
Yeah, but I
animals is
assume that's also like a what?
jovial.
30-minute game?
Yeah, it's gotta
maybe.
be. It's gotta
30
be.
minute.
It is a
Yeah,
5-hour.
you're right, 15.
5-minute game.
No way, 5 minutes.
It is a 5-hour game. We go to Pet Refuge and we adopt all the pets.
No. All proceeds of the game go to Pet Refuge.
Oh, there you go. That's a much nicer.
I was
way
gonna
to
say
do it.
to catapult, builders, but
Right. Yeah, catapult builder.
Few and far between.
Right. There's not enough catapult builders, so we need to fund them.
New Kickstarter, catapults.
God.
That was fun,
That
right,
was-
guys?
yeah.
Then we'll lose all of this at the end.
Right.
Slow down.
Let's
So-
slow down.
Thank you for watching the Board Game Rundown. I hope that you have been at least like this much amused by it, like we have been, because we will sit here and amuse ourselves all night.
Apparently.
So I've been Tim.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Dan.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching Board Game Rundown. If you liked what you saw,
Give us a thumbs up.
Hit subscribe.
and definitely ring that bell.